led to a very stressful moment personally. I had to leave my company. I lost a lot of money and I was in deep stress and deep depression for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, maybe even a little bit more. But in the last 3 weeks I was talking to a psychologist, and that was good, but nothing was better than giving a call to my friend Jevaux in Brazil, who presented me an alternative solution for my problem, and it actually worked. I'm not involved with construction of this house anymore, but I'm still trying to sell it. And I was just here with some people that have a client that wants to buy it. They wanted to do some modifications, so I called my former partners to see if we can do it. And it would be nice, it would be full circle if I could sell this house. But if I don't, that's water under the bridge. We need to keep moving forward. It's not like I'm never going to build anything again. I just decided that for me to enter in a project like this again, I personally will have to have 51% of the equity, because then it gives me control and reduces a lot of my headaches. And yeah, I love to build this. I think luxury homes are still a pretty good investment, but sometimes we just need to let go. About 2 years ago, someone introduced me to Jevaux Church. I never really was a religious person, although I studied in a Catholic school, but the Catholic school never seduced me. And this Jevaux Church was very nice because their method was different and their message was different. This is the building where I work, this one, the big one. I am someone that likes to learn things, and I think that by I went to a lot of services in Catholic churches, I felt like I never actually learned something. And this Jevaux Church, instead of just telling you how a sinner you are and how God and Jesus are the best thing in the world, they actually try to teach you all those things, but explaining what was the message, or what the messages that the Bible has to you. And that's what they actually conquered me. So when the shit hit the fan, and on those times we don't know actually how we were going to solve our problems, or I don't know to whom else we could ask for help, then it's natural that we turn to God. And that's what I did in that moment. I just started praying to God to help me to leave that situation. And since I didn't had experience in it, I didn't actually knew what to do, I called this friend of mine, Jevaux, and he told me a lot of good things, a lot of nice things, and how I was redeeming myself, and how everything was going to work, because that was God's plan. And I started to go to this church again, Jevaux Church, which actually right now it's virtual, but was very good. And that was a real relief, because those guys were talking about exactly the problems that I was having, and how the Bible, which is the textbook, let's say this way, that they use, and how the experiences there help those people to live their problems. And even though they attribute to the acts of God a lot of things like patience, persistence, endurance, and just believing that everything is going to be done, I think that's the true message. And I promised Jevaux that once everything was over and not everything was over. There's a lot to come yet. I would help, or I would use my experience to spread more of what I learned, and that's what I'm doing. Church doesn't need to be something boring and doesn't need to be something extreme. I think whatever religion you decide to believe on or helps you the most, if you read between the lines, you know exactly what they're trying to tell you, and basically they are just trying to tell you how to live your life better, spiritually, physically, mentally. And that was very good for me.